Well, hopefully that's all settled now. So, how y'all boys doing? We are out here in the sticks having some issues with had a little courseplay issue, field detection. So hopefully now that I've jumped it past a couple of little spots, it stopped that crap. Um, Very frustrating, but no big deal. Sticks having some issues with a little courseplay issue, field detection. So hopefully we're hammering away at it now. So hour and 30 left on this cornfield, and I got one beam machine running. I got a spare truck running with him right now, so I'm gonna keep this. Like this Rogator, I'm gonna keep him rolling. Nah, hit the wrong button. All right, no big deal. I do it all the time. So. Freeze. Nothing like good freeze up while we're doing some course play field generation. Now I need to go back and do that over again because I had the. If you put these number round corners down to 0, this thing will flatten these corners out a little bit. So we're going to roll now. Does a really, really nice job. This Rogator is really, really nice. So I found some new grain carts I want and some other stuff that came in the Plains and Prairies DLC. See if I can get these out. Look at this big joker right here. Yeah. 2,500. Yeah. That is a load. That looks nice too. I bet it don't haul line. Got some nice cultivators. Yeah, we're gonna enjoy this. Really, with my son will like this Ford tractor. Oldest boy. I bet I didn't start the other grain cart. Yep, there it comes. Finally. I actually like this a lot better before I actually had the um, precision farming. I just knew how much corn I had hauled. Now I don't know. Crank our truck up. Where's my other truck at? There he is. Here we go. Found him. So after this round, we'll be able to go get the bigger carts probably. I'm going to take my soybeans and go ahead and probably sell them. Some of these. Could probably start chasing him right now and top this trailer off. I got this nice trailer And this thing raises up in the rear. How funky is that? Come on, boy. This Transtar just ain't got it. Love the truck, but I definitely test it out. It won't pull the duals. It'll pull this one, hopefully. Go and dump him off. And I actually got off a little early yesterday. I was going to do a live stream, but I can't forget my recliner about 6:30, and no live stream. Straight to slumber party. I bet this won't even dump at the pit. Mm-mm. Struggling over here. Man, she is struggling too. Pretty good load of beans off that one field. He's only going around the edges, so. Just run him over here real quick. Keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. If I can dump here, we're good. I bet it won't. Don't look like it. Oh, that's cool. I thought I saw some of this trailer raised up in the back, so I guess not. Cool. I'm glad nobody watches this channel, so I was not wrong, because nobody will see it. It ain't gonna take him long at all down here. These Lexians with these big corn headers will cover some ground. Got that right. Just wish everything would dump in the truck like it's supposed to. Yeah, he's walking. We'll get all three of the machines and some soybeans. It's gonna be OV. Massive machines. He's rolling, so he won't be long. I can probably go ahead and start the laminator over here. What the crap? Been hacked. Been hacked. Yep. Trying to get some lime going here. I really hate the lime behind a planting, but especially as broken as this lime is, on precision farming, but we're gonna go for it. Just do it. Oh wow, guys! Snatch fest. Man, that's awesome. That's why we can't have nice things. Almost started cussing, but I didn't. Alternate S. Get some of this crap. Man, I tell you, these jokers right here. Tractor off the header. Move him over. Thank you, Super Strength. This is crazy. Get off of the... And this thing was trying to dump on it while it was climbing. I remember before I got Super Strength, I didn't know what to do when I had something climb on top of something else. We are really having trouble with this field and course play right now. And I was doing just fine until this tractor hit me. I know there's a lot of corn here, so I want to get all of it, but No, it don't work on nearest waypoint. It wants to do last waypoint, first waypoint. I don't know. Stop running over stuff. Check on my other combiner over here. It'll be pulling out hopper number 3 here in a minute. Man, the details in that bean straw are just awesome. How it spreads out there. These combines do a great job too. Man, he's flying with that 50-foot header. So I tried to match the paint this time on these machines. They gave me a hard time. Hey, good job. Didn't weigh enough. Where is he? Oh, okay. Kind of scared me there. It's gonna take forever as well, I'm sure. Please work. It's not triggering and it's not slowing down, so it'll fill up the back hoppers it, so. I'll do it. Okay, here we go. I should just set the combine to walk to the truck. And spot the truck closer. Reckless indictment of soybeans. Good looking soybean sample. There you go. want to say I may plant one more field. I don't know. We got a lot of mulching and scratching to do here, so I'm about planting this one. May plant that bean field. Seriously. That road getter got across there pretty quick, so good. Looks good. Roller. We'll take the roller and go to the shop. We'll pick up a mulcher. Mulcher. We're gonna rinse this thing off a little bit. He covered a little ground, so man, slow go. 2.5 hours. Made a dump. That's real nice. That thing done good. Let's say not again. That's a different combine. Different machine. Let's go to the wash. Wash. Get some wash off here. I actually covered a lot of ground with the roller. I think I did download a heavy duty pressure washer too, that I can get stuff clean a little bit quicker. Let's go pick up one of these mulchers real quick at the buy here, pay here lot. Buy pick up. Get it, Bo. blades turn out okay. It's gonna be a short night tonight. I'm already getting sleepy. God, it's gonna be here forever. 2.5 hours. We have 1 truckload. We're gonna have 2 truckloads, and yep, 7 minutes. I might be able to hold the rest of what he's got over here. I don't think the yields will be improving that much, though. No. You can go grab something too. Need help hauling. I may go ahead and sell this until I really need it. Since it does not apply lime. Here we go. You go get a mulcher, boy. Wish we had a larger mulcher. I get tickled every time I hear this thing. Sounds like it's got air brakes. This thing right here. $100. Bad thing is when they come, they're bringing almost 2 loads at one time. So you got to go over and start some. sure. Whatever. This thing never triggers like it's supposed to. Oh boy. Okay, now you go. That's another load right there by the time he gets done. Just make an adjustment. Small adjustment. Still just catch the back trailer. Close enough. Yes. Man, that's awesome. He wanted to go to work, didn't he? They're gonna try to take off on me. Got popped. All day, all day. Quite a bit of dry corn over here. How much is this field over here? Tempted to start that other combine over here in this field by itself, but I don't know. 62 acres. This one was 22, so it'd take hour and a half. Ichi mulcher. Let them other two come back and get these plows when they get done. Oh, you thought you was pretty good, you're not. Thought you was better than that, but you're not. I really don't have to dump it out, but because we're just going to go do something else, the same thing, so I'm not cleaning the tank or anything. So. Loaded. You start here. Or both of y'all in a big field by yourself. This is about as real as it gets without sitting in the cab with one of these jokers right here. I think I may fill this in this time and have a Gigantor. That's a lot of horsepower for a little old mulcher, ain't it? Supposed to improve yield, so we shall see. That ain't cutting it. I guess I'll take him over and dump his beans. Try to go to this driveway right here. Oh, it does raise up in the back. You can raise it up in the back. I knew I wasn't crazy. Jesus, thank you. Awesome lime trailer. This is a load. Yeah, this thing does raise up in the back. Look at that. Whee! Simple. I like that. Sweet. Conveyor belter. He can knock his little field out. Special shout out to whoever liked this video 4 times. I don't get many of those, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Bearded Geek Gaming has given me 2 nice shout outs in the past probably 2 weeks. Awesome. That's something that nobody has to do. It's pretty awesome when they do. So if somebody posts and tries to share your channel or your live stream or whatever it is, man, thank them. Go back and like the post or share the post. Or it costs nothing. This thing is a beast. Now, field 13, one headland, 3 machines. It did. So soybeans X3. Go ahead and get started. These boys got 48 minutes, so man, I would love to have 3 machines run this field right here. No, these beans are horrible. Horrible. Orange. Pitiful. We'll cut them off, so whatever. Mulchinator. Actually, that pH value is okay right here. Nitrogen fine. See that? Run, boy. It says it needs lime, but I don't know about that. But we're gonna. I guess let's do what we're told. They're gonna walk on across there now, so. He might make up this whole field on Hopper. Bad as these soybeans are. Terrible. He ain't gonna be here long. We'll be flying across this and get all the yields we can. Okay. Now wish these grain carts are working. They just ain't gonna do it. Wonder if it's a cart. See, it triggers right there. Not so much here though. That wasn't hardly the load I normally get with this cart, so but anywho. $1.2, 1.4 mil. Actually doing quite well. Here comes another load. They're gonna knock out this biggest chunk of this field. We shall go across pretty quickly then. $80,000 liters every time they run, so man, this is crazy. Taking so much time to be scriptless over here. Hey, what's up, man? Yep. And thanks for the help, sir. Thank you for the help. Thanks for the help. After my little delay there. Yep, thanks for the help. I meant to get on last night for a little bit, but I was tired. I'm getting old, so I was tired. How you doing today? Trying to type in farm here, sorry. A little bit late sometimes, but whatever. Yeah, thanks again for the help. I'm sure after you uh, Discord, I got a couple of subscribers there too. So awesome. A great Monday is always a good thing. So great day is actually a great day. Any day is great, but a great Monday, that's awesome. I'm off tomorrow. I work today and I'm off tomorrow, so I took the time to do a little farming here in Missouri. Had a few course play issues here earlier, so I got them straightened out. I know, right? Because a great Monday will be not so great if not the rest of the week was horrible. So, can always pray for a good rest of the week. Let's take it day by day. How about that? Day by day. Yeah, I'd love to work from the house sometimes. My wife works from home, so she gets to enjoy that. I don't, but not sure how much I get done as a sales manager from the house. But that's awesome. A little home time or a little hybrid. You know, you do get to do the hybrid, a little office work, a little homework. That'd be great. Just not sure how good I'd be doing that. My mind wanders if I'm not busy. So. I got this field set up for 3 machines. I got two running in corn and this one, so I'm gonna let him go on the ends and probably park him, and then maybe go ahead and park these two corn machines. I'm getting sleepy, so I'm trying to stay up with y'all. But on a sad note, I've got to mow tomorrow, so I have to go mow. Ooh, look at that swag. Dang. Yeah, it's been hot as fire here, and I got to mow, so I didn't get much rain today. I thought I got rained out of mowing tomorrow, but I did not. So get a little rest in the morning and get up and get some coffee, some cereal, and go mow. Got a couple acres here to mow. That's what my wife does, billing and collecting from the house, and she works the West Coast, so we're in Mississippi. So she has a couple hours of downtime to pick up on some leftover work and whatnot until everybody gets going. But it's mainly just sending emails and phone calls. So she has an 8 to 4:30 job where she sits at home all day. But you know, it's better than a real job, I guess. Oh, 80%. Good old union job. Good old union leadership. They'll take care of you though. They'll go to bat for you sometimes. Negotiate your pay and all that good stuff and benefits, hours. Never had a union job, so when between law enforcement and car dealerships, there's been no union for me or farm. So I've always been asked out to go fight for my own stuff. But there's no, hey, I applaud you for having that backup. I wouldn't know to ask somebody going to bat for me. When they do their job right, I guess. You got a good union. And this corn has not been, it's not been the best, but we are pulling it in. So. See how much corn I got stored now. 1.320 plus 1.5. We got almost 1.5 mil sitting there, so. Oh, I bet. Um, I spent 11 years at the sheriff's department. Worked 11 years at the sheriff's department, no union. You know, big agency, no union. Um, Good old lottery, yeah. But that is a lot better than being a deputy sheriff or deputy in anything really. But they do a good job for you if you could stand up and say that. That's pretty awesome. So good old lottery. Does that knock y'all out from playing? They won't let y'all play since you work for the lottery probably. I'll take this old transfer there and get a load of beans real quick. Illinois. I guess that's Illinois, right? Dang it. Off in a ditch. Good old 1050. Let's go super strength. Yeah. You know, the bad thing is I walk by the lottery machines in Mississippi all the time, and I never stop. Like, man, I need to play the lottery. I need to play the lottery, and I will not do it. Um, but as soon as like college football season and NFL football comes in, I'm dying to go do some sports betting. And that's like the worst way to spend your money. It can be profitable sometimes, but I know a lot of people around here rack up on lottery, and just whether it be scratch offs or actually playing numbers, they do okay. But I worked in Tunica County for 11 years at the sheriff's office. We had 9 or 10 casinos, and people used to ask me, "You go play the casinos?" Absolutely not. I go meet the slot attendants and the slot managers and all them, and get the little secrets of the ins and outs. And I will not go play. I'll go eat a buffet. That's the only way I'd win. So no big deal though. So that's like I said, best way to keep money. Yeah, if I go to casinos at all, I'm going to play some slots. I'm not going to play a table game where I got to play the game and the people playing and the dealer. The slot machine whoops me bad enough as it is. But I do some. I love sports betting, but not that good at it. If I was, I wouldn't go to work every day for sure. And of course, I could go. Somebody could give me the winning numbers to a lottery, and I would still not win the lottery. So just my luck. Oh yeah, man. It's You have a toxic law enforcement environment or any work environment for that, but um, dealing with everybody else's problems in the first place, and then having a toxic work environment, or like you said, scandals, or just overall corruption, man, it makes it so hard to work in that environment. I went to work for a new sheriff at the county in '03, and his main job was to turn the sheriff's department around. And man, he was he was all for it, you know. Ended up locking a couple of deputies up that worked under me. Um, it was tough, man. It was tough. And all the while you're trying to deal with the community's problems because people call you for everything. You know, they call you for hot water heater busted or pipe stopped up or all kind of good stuff. Man, that's tough. And when it goes down, though, it goes down hard. When you bust somebody wide open in the sheriff's department or the police department, it's just usually more than one head rolls, unfortunately. Nobody hardly works alone in that stuff. And usually, I love my job too much to do all that kind of stuff. So I'd rather been hated for being a good person than liked for being a horrible person. So, but at the same time, I don't always like people, and I don't trust anybody. So, but everybody's not a bad person. That I know people that I've written tickets to and have taken to jail before I actually came and bought cars from me after I got in sales. So I really did a good job if that's the case. That's pretty cool. Yeah, those daggone FOIA requests to put everything's out in the open all of a sudden. Illinois uses FOIA, and then some states have different requests. I watch the auditors sometimes go around and do the FOIAs, and I mean everything you have done or did, every report you wrote, every paycheck you got is under scrutiny all of a sudden, and they can just share away. I got out in 2016, so about the time it was starting to get. Got out. I'm typing on my iPad. It really sucks. So excuse the non-typing self that I am. Uh-oh. Is that green I see over here out of these beans? Uh-oh. We got yields. We got yields, fellers. Uh-oh, yeah, we got some grain down here. That's hilarious. I had to go to the bathroom real bad. Let the camera on. I was fortunately my little departments I worked for did not have body cameras. We did have the in-car cameras with the body mics, and I have seen that go wrong several times at a bathroom break or any whatever kind of break these guys take, and let the camera running and body mic on, and you're trying to review some footage for a upcoming court case, and yeah. I was a supervisor for most of my career, so I got to go pull tapes and watch tapes, and man, some of these guys just don't get it. The way they talk to folks, the way they treated people, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. So you can do a good job with law enforcement and be a fair person and be a firm person, but you can be polite also. You can always start out polite. So I'm about 6'6", 6'6", 6'7". I was about between 280 and 320 during my career, so pretty large fella. So, didn't normally have to get a hold of anybody, but most of the time we could talk somebody out of doing something stupid, but that just wasn't always the case. So every once in a while somebody wants to just have a little see what they can get away with, and I was I wasn't short tempered. I just handled business. I would just tell you one time, and that's probably the only time I'll tell you, unless you seem like you didn't understand that we have a little leeway there, but like when these jokers run off in the trees. All right, so unfortunately, I was a night shift supervisor and a FTO, so I'd always get the new people, whether they were laterals or uh, academies, recruit graduates, and I had to break them in. Had to make them learn the Tunica way to do stuff. So that is a job in itself, especially with the old dogs you can't teach new tricks to, and some of the young cats that they sent them straight to the academy without teaching them anything, so they didn't know how to write a report because the academy didn't teach how to write a report. They taught some basics. People thought they went through the academy and knew everything. Hate to tell you, bud, you didn't. So, but it was pretty cool. Long 15 years, and on the street, and I met a lot of good people. So, but I moved on to retail sales and farming simulator. Yeah, nice was awesome. No brass. You had the least amount of brass out, but most of the time, if you got calls on night shift, it was not good. Most of your shootings, most of your bad wrecks. Uh, I didn't have bank robberies. That's what I didn't have. But you had store robberies, and you had enough robberies to keep you busy. But the worst wrecks and the house fires were bad. People trapped inside. Um, Burglaries, a lot of thefts. It could be. I worked night shift probably all but 6 months out of 15 years. So I went to day shift for about 6 months and came on back to night shift. So saw some stuff, man. You saw the good stuff. Yeah, a lot of stuff got ridiculous over the years. Um, we used to you could go out. I started in 2001, and you could go out and have some fun, and legal. Not you didn't beat the hell out of anybody, or anything, but you had some good legal fun. And I'm sure Illinois was no joke compared to Mississippi. Um, I'm sure that state was a whole different world to be an officer in than what I dealt with down here, because they let you police down here. They actually encourage it. I see some agencies spread out and about across the United States that don't really like you to police. And as deputies in the counties down here, you have all the responsibility. You answer every call, work every wreck, unless it's a highway. Then you call the highway patrol. But the highway patrol down here does not answer disturbance calls or nothing but wrecks and stuff on the highway. That's all they do. Uh, Tickets and accidents. They don't answer disturbance calls in Mississippi. I'm sure if I called them, they'd came, but they would normally not out. But um, I started noticing um, over the years how certain things that weren't a big deal when you made arrests and wrote tickets and stuff started being a big deal. Because I'm not going to say this in a bad way. I was a ticket writer. If I saw you doing something wrong and you needed a ticket, you was getting a ticket. Sorry. That's just how it was. Now, I'd let people go if you had good license, insurance, whatnot. But all of a sudden, it was like, well, don't lock this this up, and used to it was just take everybody to jail. Then it got to be where you don't want to take anybody to jail. So I was kind of losing my. I didn't like that much, and I was trained differently. So I could probably go back at that now at my old age and don't lock anybody up. Okay, sure, just ride and mind my own business. But I was a young officer, and I wasn't overly aggressive, but I'd handle business. Um, if you get a call to a house and a fight call, go ahead and handle business now. You want to come back later. But firm but fair. That was a good rule to live by, and it worked for me for a long time. You start out being fair, and you have to be firm up a little bit, but don't hurt anybody, don't do anybody wrong. You'll go a long way. But that's all done and gone with now. So I wouldn't go back if I had to. I would not go back. I go back to the farm before I go back to law enforcement. Sorry, not sorry. Or a parts warehouse. Got 4 people watching now. I'm doing good. Yeah, I couldn't do it with DUI. I could not do it with DUI. I was a shift supervisor one night, and one of my DUI guys had called one of the city aldermen, and I was county. He called a city alderman. He was like, so and so. I was like, yeah. I said, okay. He said, what do you want me to do? I'll take him to jail. If he's drunk, lock him up. Just be fair about it. Not gonna have me on the news with mad Miss Mothers Against Drunk Driving or anybody down there saying y'all didn't do your job. So, because that stuff hits the TV quick. I'd rather be the bad guy for doing my job again instead of being the good guy who didn't do his job and open up the lawsuits and whatnot. So, you're always better off to do your job. Oh man, infuriating wasn't a word. Uh, I couldn't imagine having to do an NTA on a DUI. We used to have to lock up suspended license. If it was every suspended license you had, they had to go to jail. Um, and then one agency I worked for, if they had no license and did not live in the city limits, they went to jail. So I got brought up in an environment. It was hood, and nobody had a license, and you just took everybody to jail. And then after 8 or 10 years, no, well, we're going to start not taking people to jail. And I couldn't, no. Because you do that NTA on the DUI and they go out there an hour or two later and drive and kill somebody, you're in trouble. And then they will back you up. They come after you. You did that. That was on you after you enforced their policy. Absolutely. I got this down to hour and 33 over here. I'm doing quite well. Let me back this guy up. Now you see my auto drive is not wanting to cooperate with the trailers over here. We'll bring out the corn though. The good thing is now, all the people I was on the street with, um, all those years ago I worked patrol with and trained Homeland Security and whatnot with, they're all like commanders, majors, chiefs, all that good stuff. So I got a really good network of contacts, and if they need me, they call me, and I actually have people call me periodically on court cases. They made it a DUI arrest, or they had this going on, and they'll call me, and they even been out the street for 9 years now. They will still call me and ask what I think, or what would I do. So I can share some good knowledge with them. That's real cool. Yeah, that right, you said it right there. Without that 5 or 8 hour hold in jail, um, you don't give that person any time to come down off alcohol. And the only thing that brings somebody down is time. So um, I don't want you getting a ride home, because if you get back in that car, I'm done. I see it happen too much. So let somebody go. It was intoxicated or go let them get a ride home. They try to come back and get their car an hour later, you know. And if somebody is over the legal limit, um, of .08 or .1, they are not in any shape to drive the next 3 or 4 hours. Time's the only thing that helps that. A lot of digestion and a lot of elimination. But um, I see people actually get drunker after I pick them up. You know, they just got so hammered that they were still climbing when you came in contact with them, and they don't really have a clue until it happens. That same agency that told you to do that uh, would have tried to walk backwards out of a lawsuit if it happened to them. If after MAD and everybody showed up at court, Mothers Against Drunk Driving and these other agencies, um, they start getting on to you, you'll want to change your policy real quick. I spent the better half of my career doing, like, I was a shift supervisor and then I went to DUI supervisor or traffic supervisor, so I got to go out and do DUIs with the other DUI officers and work the wrecks, and we spent so much time in court and training that it was pitiful. But we were really good at DUIs, getting DUIs off the road, whether it be drugs or alcohol, and we did everything by the book. Um, if the sheriff won't let him out, he can let him out, but I was taking them in, so it was on somebody else. It wasn't on me. What are you waiting on? There we go. Oh yeah, unfortunately, with the if you get a new sheriff or a new department head that's going to clean up anything, um, unfortunately, they got to just about clean house and start over. Um, now I've seen them come in and try to. We got fortunate. Like I said, way back in '03, '04, our sheriff that I worked for, he had some people that he kept really close in his circle that worked with him for a long time that he trusted. Um, and over a period of 8 to 10 years, he ended up getting rid of some of them actually. But he was he you know who you trust and who you don't, but it takes a lot of work to rebuild a bad department from the ground up, especially one of any size. If it's a large department, and I'm sure every department up that way is a larger department, um, more than just a couple deputies riding around. Um, you have a lot of work to do with that. But the first order of business was going in and cleaning out. He wiped out a good chunk, and he'd already hired like people in that he knew and trusted, and he kept some. Um, yeah, man, it's tough. Like I said, we're both probably doing a lot better, not even being out there on the street anymore. There's a general consensus of no respect, and some of those guys call it. Some officers call it on themselves. I see a lot of the. I told you earlier. I watched some of these auditors go out there, and I mean they're out there just simply exercising their rights. Um, some of them can be a little provoking, but you don't fall for it. That's what you don't do. And I hate to see them when they fall into the trap. Tell people to get off the public sidewalk and trying to interrogate somebody, but the Constitution is one thing, but that's a tough job regardless. Every day of the week, it's a tough job. every day. And most of the time, the auditor doesn't have a camera shoved in his face. 60 deputies, okay, that was what we had, about 60, 65 sworn. So, similar situation down here in Mississippi where I worked at. So, they had several casinos closed in the county. So, every time a casino closed, they lose 10 or 15 positions. So, I ran a shift with 10 to 12 people on it. We had 4 shifts, 10 to 12 officers. Then you had, of course, warrants. And you had investigations. You had, some other things out there that would transport and whatnot. But 65, 70 sworn. So yeah, similar size department, and it was always something, dude. Always something. And you go out there and hire 4 or 5 new and send them to the academy, and they'd usually weed themselves out pretty quickly after. Some people get that job's not for everybody. Absolutely not for everybody. I can buy somebody's books, send them to school, buy their bullets and send them to school, and a couple years time you can find out if you got a good officer or not. You can definitely build a good officer. You can mold somebody how you want them, but if they don't have it, they don't have it. I came off a tractor and got in a patrol car, so I have been around law enforcement my whole life though. Yeah, I bet they uh, we'd have some lateral transfers coming. We had just coming and going because we have FedEx down here, one of the main hubs in Memphis. So we had people leaving the department to go to FedEx. Um, and then DeSoto County, where I live now, was a larger department than Tunica was. So we had people coming up here. I left Tunica to go to Hernando, which is the county seat for DeSoto County. Um, some guys left and went to Memphis because Memphis was getting pretty good raises. I wouldn't work in Memphis right now. I wouldn't want to be anything in Memphis. But yeah, man, the lottery, you actually hit the lottery by going to work for the lottery. So sounds like a cool gig and all, for sure. And I'm in sales, so I work anywhere from 50 to 70 hours a week, and it is a lot of time. Um, I I normally leave home at 6 in the morning and get home after 7 most nights. So I don't have much family time. I'd love to have a semi hybrid. Man, these guys are crazy. Get out of the way. Yeah. Um, I'd love to find me a job that had a 40-hour week and a Saturday and Sunday off. I get Sundays off every week. That's the beautiful thing about getting to go to church. But he's full. So I used to go through Illinois all the time. My ex-wife lives in Noblesville, Indiana, which is the north side of Indianapolis. And I used to ride through Illinois periodically when I went up there. I normally took that Nashville to Indy run through Kentucky, but there were a couple times I went through and did the Illinois run, went by Boomtown, and the stores are much nicer on the South Interstate up there. Great cheese curds in some of those places. I got 5 viewers right now. I don't think I've ever had 5 viewers. Yeah, I'm a sales manager at a Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealership down here in South Haven, Mississippi. So I've been in the car business since 2016. Yeah, Psycho Kid came over. I got a subscription from Cycle Kid earlier today. Pretty cool. Thanks for that. Yeah, I sold cars for quite a while, then I decided to get in management. So, and my father-in-law still lives in Chicago. My wife's actually from Chicago, so she was up there till she was 3 or 4 years old. Then she's been there ever since. But yeah, Broadview, Chicago area, Broadview, Illinois, is where my father-in-law lives up there. So I get to come there and visit him every few years. Last time I was in Chicago, it was like 30 degrees and snowing. It snowed all the way down to Champaign on us on the interstate. But Chicago's tough. Chicago is a rough one. A lot of major cities, unfortunately, are rough now, and that shouldn't be that way. Not one city in America should have to dodge bullets um, just to go to the store or anything, just to lay in the bed at night. I see children getting killed across the United States because they were laying in bed at night and had to drive by. It makes no sense. Champaign, Peoria. Um, I know it wasn't Broadview, it's Chicago. So um, Effingham is down there. I used to go up interstate to Effingham and cut across, but I passed through. Champaign was north of Effingham, I think. And my oldest boy worked. He lived in Peoria for a little bit, so I've been scattered about Illinois for a little bit, for a little while. I know it wasn't Effingham. You didn't live in Effingham, or you're not in Effingham for sure. Might be though. What's the other place that got big crosses on the side of the road? I'm gonna break Google Maps out on you in a minute and find out. I'm almost done here for the night, guys. Yeah, Effingham, the my interstate that took me across to Terre Haute to go to Indianapolis was I want to say it was around Effingham. Yeah, I-70 or 74, one of the two. Great, Psycho Kid. How you doing tonight, bud? Welcome in tonight. Hammering away at some corn over here. Almost done with the corn. That bean field in front of me, guys, is a huge field. I don't think I did. Boomtown is about the only place I'm going to stop there. Awesome. Awesome. Psycho kid working hard. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, and I haven't been up through Effingham. Well, it was Effingham. I went through there in 2020. That was 22. 22. That's been a while though. Springfield, Illinois, and then Mount Vernon. I can't remember what the big crosses were though. I must have hit one of them close with Bloomington or somewhere. Springfield. I must have hit one pretty close. So that's the worst part about finishing up a field. You have to take this stuff all the way back over here. Left a little corn here on the end. We're gonna get it out. And we're gonna ride this thing to the house. Man, 5 people watching. I'm doing good tonight. Huge thank you and shout out. Also, shout out to Ian from Discord the other day, and a couple of shout outs on there. So always helps out. And likes, shares don't cost anybody. Likes, shares, and subscriptions don't cost anybody anything. So, all right, dude. I may be on tomorrow afternoon, Ian. Hope you have an awesome day tomorrow like you did today. So, appreciate you again, dude. That works. Okay. You just load this truck too. Cool. Oh, it's always cool. Yes, sir. Anytime. I like all the shares and likes and subscribes I can get. Whether it's positive or negative feedback, I'll take it. So, always, Psycho. And I make sure if somebody subscribes to me, I try to subscribe back. Um, like I always say, that costs nobody anything to subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. So, and I appreciate y'all hanging out with the end of the corn harvest here in Missouri River Bottoms. I got a little bit of a head start on the bean harvest, so I'll probably gonna shut this down for the night. Uh, Awesome. I'll be looking for the Discord to come in too. Um, my Discord just dinged, so let me see real quick. I was telling Ian the other day, like, um, I am super slow with Discord. It's like a new. I don't have much experience in Discord, so don't add me that think I'm an idiot. uh, Cajun Savage added me to his Discord. Ian added me to his. Um, I've got some, but it's been like I don't spend much time on it. So I'm on Delta South Modding, Hall of Fame bets. I got some stuff I'm in Discord on, but yeah, I'm having to learn how to do it like we did Google Messenger a long time ago. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, yeah, I'm in here now. So I mean, I got Auto Drives Discord on here. Thundar's Farm Sim server. All right. Had quite a few requests in here I had to go through. Sorry about that. So yeah. I think my daughter's been on my daggum server too. Well, I'll probably talk to some of y'all tomorrow. I'll be back on later tomorrow afternoon. So I've had a long day. I'm gonna go ahead and log out real quick, and I'll catch up with y'all tomorrow. Thanks again for watching, as always.